Hello everyone, and welcome to my BTG official channel. After months of uncertainty, silence, and heartbreak, the hospital monitors finally echoed with a steady rhythm, a faint but growing heartbeat that everyone had almost given up on. Doug, the man everyone thought would never open his eyes again, slowly stirred beneath the thin white sheets. His face, pale but alive, twitched as sunlight filtered through the blinds, painting golden streaks across the room. Doctors had said it was hopeless, that his body had given up. But destiny, it seemed, wasn't ready to let him go. Outside that sterile hospital door, Vanessa stood trembling, her hands clasped tightly together, tears threatening to fall. No one knew the truth. No one knew what she had done, or the price she had paid, to save him. Vanessa had spent every night by Doug's bedside when the others had already moved on. Joey had made sure everyone believed Doug's coma was an accident, a terrible, tragic consequence of a fight gone wrong. But Vanessa knew the truth. She had seen Joey that night, his hands trembling, his voice cold and broken as he whispered, he shouldn't have found out. Doug had been on the brink of uncovering Joey's darkest secret, something that could have destroyed everything. That night, when Doug's car went off the bridge, the police ruled it an accident. Only Vanessa knew better. And only Vanessa dared to go back to the scene, to drag Doug out of the cold, dark river before the paramedics arrived. No one believed she had the strength to pull him from that wreck, but she had something stronger than strength, guilt, love, and the haunting fear that Joey's lies would swallow them all whole. She never told anyone. She couldn't. If Joey found out she had saved Doug, he would finish what he started. She had watched Joey grow colder with each passing day, manipulating everyone, Derek, Danny, even Andre, playing them like pieces in his twisted game. But saving Doug wasn't just about redemption. It was about justice. Doug was the only one who could expose Joey for who he really was. And now, after weeks of waiting, his eyes finally fluttered open. The nurse rushed out to call the doctor, and Vanessa slipped inside the room before anyone could stop her. The faint hum of machines surrounded her like whispers of fate. Doug's eyes blinked against the harsh light, confusion clouding his gaze. Where am I?" he rasped, his voice hoarse from disuse. Vanessa stepped closer, unable to hold back the emotion that flooded her heart. "You're safe," she whispered, even though she wasn't sure if that was true. "You're in the hospital. You've been in a coma for almost 3 months. Doug tried to move, but pain shot through his body, and the monitor spiked. Vanessa pressed a gentle hand against his arm. "Don't," she said softly. "You're still weak." He turned his head toward her, eyes focusing slowly. Recognition dawned, and with it, fear. "Vanessa," he murmured. You were there." That night, his voice trailed off, fragments of memory returning like broken shards of glass. Vanessa's heart pounded. She could see the questions forming in his mind, the memory of headlights in the rearview mirror, the flash of metal, the voice shouting his name before the car plunged into the water. He remembered pieces, but not the whole story, not yet. And that was the only thing keeping them both alive. "Don't try to remember everything now," Vanessa said, forcing a smile. "You need to rest." "The doctors." Doug interrupted suddenly, his voice sharp despite his weakness. "It was Joey, wasn't it?" The words hung in the air like thunder. Vanessa froze. She wanted to deny it, to tell him he was wrong, but the truth was written in her eyes. Doug's breathing quickened. "He tried to kill me," he whispered. "And now, he'll come back. He'll finish it." Vanessa shook her head, but inside, her stomach twisted with dread. Joey didn't like loose ends, and Doug's survival was the biggest loose end of all. Outside the room, footsteps echoed down the corridor. Vanessa quickly straightened, glancing toward the door. She wasn't expecting anyone, and the way her heart skipped a beat told her something was wrong. A nurse appeared first, followed by a tall figure in a black jacket. "Joey." His expression was unreadable, his smile polite, too polite. "He's awake?" Joey asked the nurse. "That's incredible news. We've all been praying for this day." The nurse nodded and left to fetch the doctor, leaving Joey standing just outside the doorway, his eyes locked on Vanessa through the glass panel. For a moment, time froze. Vanessa's breath caught in her throat. Joey's gaze shifted past her, to Doug lying weak and motionless in the bed. The faint smile on Joey's lips didn't reach his eyes. It was the smile of a man already planning his next move. Vanessa turned back to Doug. "Listen to me," she whispered urgently. "You can't tell anyone what you remember, not yet. Not until you're strong enough." Doug looked confused but nodded. He trusted her, maybe too much. "Why?" he asked. "Because," she said, her voice trembling, "the man who tried to kill you, he's right outside that door." Doug's eyes widened, but before he could speak, the door opened and Joey stepped in. "Doug," he said cheerfully, as if greeting an old friend, "you have no idea how good it is to see you awake. You scared us all, man." Doug tried to hide the fear in his eyes, but Vanessa saw it. Joey moved closer, his every step measured, controlled. "You've got a second chance," Joey continued. "Not many people get that. I hope you'll make the most of it." His tone was smooth, but there was venom beneath the surface. Vanessa could feel it, like static in the air. "Thank you," Doug croaked, his voice barely above a whisper. "Guess I got lucky." Joey smiled again. "Yeah," he said softly, leaning closer. "Lucky." After a few more pleasantries, Joey finally left, promising to check in later. The moment the door closed behind him, Vanessa exhaled shakily, her knees threatening to give out. "He knows," Doug said, his voice trembling. "He knows I remember something." Vanessa nodded, tears welling in her eyes. "Then we have to move fast," she said. "If we wait for the police, if we wait for anyone else, Joey will strike again. He always does." Over the next few days, Doug's condition slowly improved. He regained fragments of memory, flashes of headlights, the echo of Joey's voice shouting his name, the cold rush of water filling the car. Vanessa stayed with him, pretending to be just a friend offering support. But beneath the surface, a quiet war was building. Joey had started showing up more often, bringing flowers, acting innocent. Everyone thought he was just being kind, grateful that Doug had survived. But Vanessa saw the truth in his eyes, the calculation, the quiet threat. One night, after the nurse's shift change, Vanessa found an envelope tucked under Doug's pillow. No name, no handwriting, just a single photo inside. It was from the night of the crash. The car sinking into the water. And on the back, one line scrawled in red ink, "Next time, I won't miss." Vanessa's heart raced. She looked